we are going to talk briefly about the web client, which looks something like this. I apologize for the low res, it's a static picture. So what we can do with the web client essentially allows us to manage all of our data center inventory. Essentially, if the thinking for a moment about how the vCenter server, the system center worked, generating essentially lots of PowerShell to do things in the back end. This is like a management front end to your objects and everything that's in the database that you don't want to touch directly. You can manage hosts, clusters, network switches, virtual machines. You can move them, etc. Like I said, it kind of looks like this, or alternatively, a bit like this. This is prettier. Let's go home. See, you've got your inventory, your hosted clusters, your VMs and templates, your storage, your networking. In version 6.0, you've got policy, you've got your vRealize, your vRealize stuff, admin stuff. You can even look at your logs. Lots of stuff right here on the surface. Anyway, so there's that. Actually, let me refresh that. There we go. And actually, let me go like this. Boom. There we go. So, so that's our client. Now, one of the things you may need to start off by managing your licensing. A lot of the fun stuff is only available with an Enterprise or an Enterprise Plus license. That will you manage the CPUs and connection and that kind of thing. The goal, of course, here is to centralize your management. Your license reporting is now if you've got a vCenter server and you've got some ESXi hosts which are running out of license time, one of the things you'll see right up on the surface is, oh, by the way, you've got some ESXi hosts who are running out of license time. It'll be, say, you've got your licenses are good for so and so many days. You can look at your assets, you can look at the products, you can look at your license keys. You can even split your license keys to apply them to multiple assets. Now, because your vCenter server is so important, you're going to want that to come up as soon as the ESXi host that on which it lives to come up. Whether it's a physical host or that ESXi host is a virtual machine in the kind of example I've been building here on my laptop, you can actually spin that up. There's instructions in the book, Activity 8-7, which appears on page. Okay, hold it. Never mind. That is once it's up and running. That's page 341. So that whenever your ESXi host that is supporting this vCenter server appliance, whenever it comes up, that'll come up too. Now, of course, if you're deploying your vCenter as an application on a Windows domain controller or member server, make sure it comes up. If it's a service that needs to start, make sure it starts automatically so you don't have to fight it so much. And the next thing we'll talk about is creating a virtual data center. I've actually done a video about this already. If you haven't, go watch it. The video I've done so far is vSphere 6.0. Basically, what we saw the interface we saw just a minute ago. I'm also going to do one about vSphere 6.7. So thank you for watching.